on the war in Ukraine. This morning, people are asking what President Biden intended to express when he said that Russia's president, quote, cannot remain in power. The president ad-libbed that remark during a speech in Poland on Saturday where he met with Ukrainian refugees. Mr. Biden and other officials say he did not mean to call for regime change in Moscow. His increasingly strong rhetoric, however, has the global community concerned about what may come next in the war in Ukraine. Weijia Jiang is following all this for us, and she's at the White House this morning. Weijia, good morning.
Good morning. The White House has been extremely careful in crafting all of its messages about the Russian invasion, even before it happened, deeply concerned about potentially escalating the situation. But President Biden has a tendency to go off script, which in this case stirred up a diplomatic and communications crisis that the world continues to watch. One day after making this remarkable comment about Vladimir Putin,
for God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
President Biden provided little clarity when asked what he meant as he left church on Sunday evening.
President, were you calling for regime change?
Earlier, Secretary of State Antony Blinken insisted the president was not suggesting an immediate change to Russia's government.
Quite simply, President Putin cannot be empowered to wage war or engage in aggression against Ukraine or anyone else. We do not have a strategy of regime change in Russia or anywhere else for that matter.
The Kremlin had a different interpretation. A spokesman said it's not up to Mr. Biden or Americans to decide who will remain in power in Russia, adding only Russians who vote for their president can decide that.
Please, Mr. President, stay on script.
Idaho Senator James Risch, the ranking Republican member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, called President Biden's comment a, quote, horrendous gaffe.
Anytime you say, or even as he did, suggest that the policy was regime change, it's going to cause a huge problem.
Critics worry it will empower Putin at a crucial time when peace talks are already fragile, and that the fiery rhetoric overshadowed the president's main mission of his visit to Europe, to emphasize that Western nations will remain united against Russia.
We have a sacred obligation under Article 5 to defend each and every inch of NATO territory with the full force of our collective power.
This week, President Biden will try to shift some of the focus back to his domestic agenda. In fact, later today, he is planning to reveal his new budget proposal, which includes a tax hike on America's wealthiest people, trying to make sure they pay at least 20% of all their income.
All right, Weijia Jiang for us at the White House. Thank you, Weijia.